Monday morning, and that first cup of coffee, there's nothing like it. So good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this doesn't work without you guys. So let's get open for business here. And let's wake up, my football guys. Wake up, guys. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Man, what a weekend. What a weekend we have had. The Cowboys signing Andy Dalton. Andy Dalton. Yeah. Some of y'all need to quit. It's getting crazy out here because Michael was telling me yesterday, I didn't see the article, but he said he saw an article, I think on CBS Sports, with the picture of Andy Dalton saying, could Andy Dalton be the next Roger Staubach? Roger Staubach sat out in the military for 5 years and then came in, was technically a backup, and Tom Landry, who was the innovator, tried some crazy stuff, including rotating quarterbacks by series. He actually did that in the game. Craig Morton would go ahead and get one series, and here comes Roger Staubach, and like two ships passing in the night, Roger Staubach would come through for a series. And they couldn't decide on who was going to be the quarterback, and that's why they did that. Eventually, they settled on Roger Staubach, and the rest is history. In fact, you could almost say that Craig Morton leaving helped the Cowboys get another Super Bowl because we beat that ass when he played for the Denver Broncos in the Super Bowl. But be that as it may, Andy Dalton, by definition, if you want to talk about, I'm hearing people say, oh, with Dak Prescott, he's just an average quarterback. Well, by definition, that's all that you've ever had with Andy Dalton. Yes, he's a veteran. Yes, he's played for a lot of years. Yes, he's played on a bad team. But this premise of, oh my God, you take Andy Dalton but put him on the Cowboys, that automatically he is going to be great. He's going to blow up. He's going to blow away what Dak Prescott did. Yeah. Okay. Bernie Kosar, Randall Cunningham, Rodney Peete, Wade Wilson, Ryan Leaf, Vinny Testaverde, Drew Bledsoe, John Kitna, Matt Castle, Brandon Whedon. We've been through it, and there's others too. We've been through a lot of other starting quarterbacks. Guys have had NFL experience, some more successful than others. You're talking about Drew Bledsoe was part of the New England team that won their first Super Bowl. He played a key game in the AFC Championship game that got them in the Super Bowl. Lost his starting job to Tom Brady. Randall Cunningham. Randall did some good stuff. Randall did some great stuff, in fact, in Minnesota. Didn't bust a grape here. You put Brad Johnson on there, too. That was a Super Bowl winning quarterback in Tampa. Didn't do much for us. I know it's great to fantasize this whole concept that all of a sudden that the Andy Dalton, that anybody, that everybody is better than Dak Prescott. But guys, you need to count your blessings. When I think about it, now let's do this. Let's play a little exercise here. After Troy Aikman, see, a lot of you don't remember these times because you've been spoiled between Romo and Dak. But I want you to understand, from 1999, when Troy Aikman played his last couple of games, basically, you had Jason Garrett, who came in for a couple of games. Then we had Randall Cunningham, Anthony Wright, Quincy Carter, Anthony Wright again, Ryan Leaf, Clint Stoner, Chad Hutchinson, back to Quincy, Vinny Testaverde, Drew Henson, and Drew Bledsoe. We went through all of those guys, figuring that we can just replace Troy Aikman. We got great talent. We can just plug in anybody there. We'll be good. And then we got spoiled with all of those years of Tony Romo starting. Tony Romo, we didn't have to think about drafting a quarterback in the first round. We didn't have to think about changing the quarterback. The problem was we didn't have, not always, sometimes we did, the players around him. But we had a foreshadowing in 2015 because here's what we did. Now, you may say, well, Andy Dalton's a great quarterback. Well, Matt Castle took over for Tom Brady and I believe took them to the playoffs. I believe he was a Pro Bowler with Kansas City. He played valuable time, valuable minutes, won some games. And you could look at the team in 2015 that we had, and we lost Tony Romo. Remember, we were the catch, no catch away from the NFC Championship game. That team was talented. That team was real talented. That's back when you had a younger Tyron Smith that wasn't missing 3 games. You had a very young Zach Martin, best guard in football. You had a Travis Frederick, who was an absolute beast before he had the Hillian-Barr syndrome. You had a Jason Witten, who wasn't just, 5 yards with no cloud of dust, and I'm going to catch and fall down. You had a great team right there. Yet you bring in a veteran, Matt Castle. He couldn't do anything. Brandon Wheaton, who was a veteran quarterback, mind you, he didn't win any games in his career before this, who was in your system for a year and a half. He didn't win any games. And you had Kellen Moore, who some people thought, Kellen Moore, he's going to take the job from Dak Prescott, who collectively, over the course of 12 games, won 1. It's 3 different quarterbacks. 3. And they only won 1 game. Yet Dak Prescott took over for 2 veterans that were there, including Tony Romo, and took that team to 13-3. 13-3, I don't think you understand how few teams ever have a season that you win that many games. It's few and far between. And you've been spoiled over the course of the last 4 years of not having to have musical chairs at quarterback, not having to go through and move up and try and draft a quarterback and hope that you made the right choice, like the Redskins have done with RG3, or going out and spending, $70 million for an Alex Smith to find out that he played half a season, not great, but then destroyed his leg, and you're still paying him. Having signed veteran guys like Donovan McNabb and things. Andy Dalton, backup quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys. Older veteran, 31 years of age. He's not the answer that you think that he is. Andy Dalton, yeah. I don't understand the hatred, the dislike, the disdain for Dak Prescott. The guy has done everything that you could have asked a quarterback to do. And on any other team, if you put him in that offense with the New England Patriots, you run in the Super Bowl. He's been MVP. The team has issues, and I'm not saying Dak Prescott isn't perfect. Is perfect, excuse me. I'm not saying that Dak Prescott is perfect. But he continues to get better every year. But you still have to understand it's a team. So for you guys to go out there and say, Andy Dalton, he's better because they had worse teams, you're now flipping your narrative on the other side. So it doesn't really matter what I say because most of y'all have preconceived notions of Dak Prescott, and it doesn't matter what happens. You'll never change them. And I guess I should not even worry about trying to change your opinions because it just is what it is. You hate Dak. Bottom line. But the Cowboys have been blessed to have had that guy. All right, so time for me to go to work, get some stuff done. I got a lot of work to do in the workshop. We're still reorganizing it, still working on racks and stuff for you guys. Tonight, 9 o'clock Eastern, we'll be here with our live stream. You know, keeping it real. We know we'll have a couple hundred Eagle trolls up in here, like always, because they're still butthurt that we got a backup quarterback and didn't cost us a second-round pick, and he was dirt cheap. And that we also got CD Lamb in the fold. I'm Mark Holmes. I hope you guys have a great day. And listen, as we start to get out there, we've gotten numb to the numbers of people that we've lost. And after a while, you just kind of ignore it and forget about it. But understand, everything that we do right now will make a difference down the road. Let's not be crazy. If you're going to have to go out there, if you're going to have to be there, make sure you cover your face. Make sure you keep your distance and things. Let's not get crazy. Because I want to see each and every one of you guys right here. And I want to be here for each and one of you guys. I'll see you soon.